Act like you are dead. Release attachment to ego. Imagine the peace of being free from ego. Acting as though you are dead means surrendering your need for validation and judgment. What remains is pure love and authenticity. Embrace the present moment. Death is timeless. When you act as though you are dead, you enter a state where only now matters. Every moment becomes sacred, full, and infinite. Let go of fear. Death holds no fear when you trust the eternal flow of life. Acting dead is a practice of releasing all anxieties and surrendering to universal wisdom. Cultivate non-attachment. Death leaves behind possessions and roles. Living as if you are dead invites you to appreciate what you have without clinging to it. Freedom comes in letting go. Reclaim your inner peace in death. There is quiet and stillness. Acting as if you are dead allows you to access that stillness now, creating a sanctuary within your heart. Focus on what truly matters when imagining life from the other side. Trivial concerns fade. Use this perspective to align your energy with your soul's highest purpose. Practice radical forgiveness. Death dissolves grudges. Acting dead means forgiving yourself and others completely, unburdening your spirit, and creating space for love to flow. Rediscover your essence. Imagine the pure energy of your soul beyond the physical body. Acting as if you are dead reminds you of the eternal, infinite being that you are. Celebrate life as it is. Paradoxically, acting dead reveals the beauty of being alive. Every breath becomes a miracle, every connection a blessing, every experience divine. Live fully without regret. When you act like you are dead, you begin to live as though there's nothing to lose. You follow your dreams, speak your truth, and love unconditionally. Imagine a world where your worth isn't tied to achievements or how others perceive you. Picture the lightness of being when you no longer strive to prove yourself. When you release attachment to the ego, you find a deep, abiding peace within a peace that has always been there, waiting for you to notice it. Without the ego's demands, you begin to feel the calm flow of your true essence. In this place of surrender, judgment loses its power. You no longer feel the need to compare or compete. The chatter of self-criticism fades into silence, and in that silence you discover a profound truth: you are already enough. There is nothing to fix, nothing to change to be deserving of love and acceptance. You just are. Letting go of ego does not mean losing yourself, it means coming home to yourself. The masks you wear, the roles, the labels, the stories fall away, and what remains is a pure, unshakable sense of authenticity. You are no longer trying to be someone, you are simply being. And in that simplicity there is freedom. Without the need for validation, you become the source of your own joy. You don't look to others to confirm your worth or to fill a void within you. Instead, you draw from the limitless well of love that already exists in your heart. From this place, you radiate an energy so real, so powerful, that it transforms everything around you. The ego craves control, but in releasing it, you discover something greater: trust. You trust that life will unfold as it is meant to. You trust yourself to navigate it with grace. And in this trust, you let go of the need to micromanage every detail, to force outcomes, or to resist change. Peace flows naturally when control is no longer your master. In the absence of ego, you feel deeply connected to others, not through competition or comparison, but through love. You see others as reflections of the same light that shines within you. Judgment dissolves and compassion becomes your natural response. You are no longer separate, you are part of a greater whole. As the grip of ego loosens, your energy shifts. No longer burdened by the weight of self-doubt or the need to prove your value, you walk through life with a quiet confidence. There is a softness in your being, an openness, a willingness to embrace all that is, just as it is. This is the gift of releasing attachment to the ego, the return to your pure, authentic self. The present moment is the doorway to eternity, a timeless space where all that truly matters exists. When you act as though you are dead, the weight of the past and the worries of the future dissolve. You are no longer shackled by regret or anticipation. Instead, you find yourself immersed in the richness of now, where life unfolds in its purest form. This moment, just as it is, holds everything you need. When you embrace the present, each moment becomes sacred. The ordinary transforms into the extraordinary, and the mundane reveals its hidden beauty. A simple breath becomes a miracle. The warmth of the sun on your skin feels like a gentle reminder of the infinite energy that sustains you. You see, hear, and feel life with a clarity and depth that only the present moment can offer. By stepping into the now, you enter a realm where time no longer controls you. Dead to the pull of yesterday and the demands of tomorrow, you awaken to a sense of infinite possibility. In this space, every experience, no matter how small, feels full and complete. There is nothing to chase, nothing to escape. The present moment becomes enough, and in its enoughness you find peace. Living in the now doesn't mean ignoring challenges or responsibilities. It means meeting them with presence and awareness. Instead of reacting from fear or habit, you respond from a place of calm and clarity. You no longer carry the burdens of what could have been or what might be. You walk lightly, unencumbered, fully alive to what lies. When you act as though you are dead, the rush to get somewhere or achieve something fades away. There is nowhere to go, nothing to prove. This moment is not a stepping stone, it is the destination. You let yourself rest in its perfection, knowing that life is not about accumulating but about experiencing. In the present, you rediscover your connection to the flow of life. You notice the rhythm of your breath, the beat of your heart, the subtle sensations of your body. These are reminders that life is always happening here and now. By tuning into this flow, you align with the energy of the universe, and everything feels more harmonious and purposeful. When only the now matters, you give yourself the gift of presence. You listen deeply to the world around you, to the people you love, and to the whispers of your own soul. Each moment becomes an invitation to be fully here, to honor the sacredness of life as it is happening. This is the essence of timeless living, a state where every moment feels infinite and complete. Fear is a shadow that dims the light of life, yet it loses its power when you trust the eternal flow. Acting as though you are dead invites you to release fear's grip, to surrender the endless what-ifs and step into a space of unwavering trust. In this state, you see that life doesn't need to be controlled, it is already unfolding perfectly, guided by a wisdom greater than your own. When you let go of fear, you step out of resistance and into acceptance. You stop fighting the currents of life, no longer clinging to what is or fearing what might be. In this surrender, you feel a deep sense of safety, as though life itself is holding you gently, reminding you that everything is as it should be. Fear cannot thrive where trust resides. Fear often comes from imagining loss, yet when you act as though you are dead, you realize there is nothing to lose. The attachments that once caused anxiety fall away, and what remains is the truth of your being unshakable, eternal, whole. In letting go of fear, you reclaim the power you once gave to uncertainty and doubt. In the absence of fear, you discover courage, not the kind born of defiance, but the quiet, steady courage that comes from knowing you are part of something infinite. This courage allows you to face challenges with grace, to navigate the unknown with peace. It is not about erasing fear, but transcending it, seeing it as a passing wave rather than an immovable wall. Letting go of fear also means letting go of the need for answers. Acting dead teaches you to trust the mystery of life, to embrace the unknown as a sacred space where growth and transformation happen. You no longer need to have everything figured out, you only need to trust that each step will reveal itself in time. Without fear, your energy shifts from constriction to expansion. You open yourself to possibilities you once dismissed, to opportunities that fear had kept hidden. Life feels lighter, freer, more vibrant. The world no longer feels like a place of threat, but a field of endless potential, waiting to meet you with love and abundance. As you release fear, you align with universal wisdom, the quiet, steady voice within that knows you are safe, that knows all is well. This wisdom whispers that life is not something to be conquered, but something to be embraced. It reminds you that even in the face of uncertainty, you are held, supported, and guided by forces far greater than fear. Non-attachment is not about giving up what you love, but about loving without holding too tightly. When you live as if you are dead, you see life's gifts for what they are: temporary, beautiful, and meant to be experienced, not possessed. This perspective allows you to appreciate what you have fully, while releasing the fear of losing it. In letting go, you create space for true freedom. The roles you play and the possessions you hold no longer define you. Acting as if you are dead reveals their impermanence, showing you that your essence is untouched by external circumstances. You are not your job, your relationships, or your achievements. These are parts of your experience, not the core of your being. When you let go of clinging to them, you find a deeper sense of self that is unchanging and eternal. Clinging creates resistance, and resistance creates suffering. When you cultivate non-attachment, you step out of this cycle. You allow life to flow naturally, trusting that what comes into your life is meant for you, and what leaves has served its purpose. This trust frees you from the anxiety of trying to control or hold on to things that are beyond your power to keep. Freedom through non-attachment doesn't mean you stop caring, it means you care without conditions. You love people without expecting them to fulfill you, and you engage with the world without needing it to meet your expectations. This kind of love and engagement is purer, lighter, and more joyful, because it is free from the weight of attachment. Possessions, roles, and relationships are no longer burdens when you release your grip on them. Instead, they become sources of gratitude and wonder. You savor what you have without the fear of losing it. Every moment with a loved one, every experience, every object takes on a new beauty because you are no longer trying to make it last forever. You know its value lies in its fleeting nature. Letting go also brings clarity. When you are not attached, you can see situations and people for what they truly are, rather than through the lens of your desires or fears. This clarity helps you make decisions with wisdom and peace, guided by what feels right, rather than by what you are afraid to lose. In the space of non-attachment, you feel lighter, freer, and more alive. The energy you once spent on clinging and controlling is now available for creating, loving, and being. You walk through life with open hands and an open heart, trusting that everything you need will come to you at the perfect time, and that letting go makes room for something even greater. Within the stillness of death lies a profound peace, a quiet beyond all the noise of life. To act as if you are dead is to step into that silence now, to find refuge within your own being. In this space, the distractions of the outside world fade away, and you discover a sanctuary that has always been within you, waiting to be reclaimed. This inner peace is not something you must seek or create. It is already present beneath the surface of your thoughts and worries. By embracing stillness, you uncover the truth that peace is your natural state. Like a calm lake beneath turbulent waves, your soul remains undisturbed, no matter what storms may come. When you act as if you are dead, you no longer fight against the flow of life. You surrender to it, allowing the rush of emotions and experiences to move through you without resistance. In this surrender, you find a quiet strength, the strength that comes not from control, but from trust in the perfection of what is. The sanctuary within your heart is a place where nothing from the outside can disturb you. It is a sacred space, untouched by fear, judgment, or expectation. When you rest here, the opinions of others lose their power, and the demands of the world no longer weigh on you. You are free to simply be. In the stillness, you reconnect with yourself. You hear the whispers of your soul, the quiet truths that get lost in the noise of daily life. This connection brings a deep sense of wholeness, reminding you that you are complete just as you are. There is nothing to fix, nothing to change, only a peace to embrace. Acting as if you are dead also means letting go of the constant striving and doing. In the stillness, you realize that your worth is not tied to productivity or achievement. You are enough simply because you exist. This realization is liberating, allowing you to move through life with ease and grace, no longer bound by the pressure to prove yourself. As you reclaim your inner peace, you bring this calm energy into everything you do. The sanctuary in your heart becomes a source of strength and resilience, a place you can return to whenever life feels overwhelming. It reminds you that peace is not found outside of you, it is who you are. When you imagine life from the other side, the clutter of daily worries dissolves. The small irritations, the fleeting anxieties, the endless tasks, they all lose their weight. What remains is clarity. Acting as if you are dead allows you to see life as it truly is, stripped of distractions, leaving only what truly matters. This perspective invites you to realign your energy with your soul's highest purpose. From this vantage point, you see that much of what consumes your attention holds little significance. The opinions of others, the pursuit of status, the fear of failure, these lose their grip on your heart. Instead, your focus turns to the things that bring meaning, love, connection, creativity, growth. These are the threads that weave the fabric of a life well lived. Aligning with your soul's purpose requires asking yourself what truly lights me up. What legacy do I wish to leave? When you release the noise of trivial concerns, the answers become clear. You are guided not by external expectations, but by the quiet wisdom within. This alignment gives your actions a sense of direction and depth, infusing even the simplest tasks with purpose. Acting as if you are dead invites you to live with intention. You no longer waste energy on things that do not serve your highest good. You stop chasing validation and start pursuing fulfillment. Each choice becomes an opportunity to honor your values, to move closer to the life your soul desires to create. This perspective also brings gratitude. When you focus on what matters, you become deeply aware of life's blessings, the warmth of a loved one's smile, the beauty of a sunrise, the satisfaction of meaningful work. Trivial concerns shrink in the light of such abundance. Gratitude becomes a natural response to the richness of the present moment. In letting go of what doesn't matter, you reclaim your time and energy. You free yourself to be fully present with the people and experiences that nourish your spirit. Life feels lighter, not because there is less to do, but because you are no longer burdened by distractions. Every moment feels intentional, every action aligned. When you live with this clarity, you inspire others to do the same. Your focus on what truly matters becomes a beacon, showing others that a meaningful life is not about doing more, but about being more. This alignment with purpose creates a ripple effect, touching lives in ways that extend far beyond what you can see. Forgiveness is a liberation, a choice to release the chains of pain and resentment that bind your heart. When you act as though you are dead, the need to hold on to grudges disappears. From the other side, you see clearly that the weight of anger and blame only burdens your spirit. Forgiving completely is not for the benefit of others, it is a gift to yourself, a doorway to freedom. Radical forgiveness means letting go of the stories you tell yourself about who hurt you and why. It is a practice of seeing beyond the surface, understanding that everyone, including yourself, is doing the best they can with what they know. This perspective softens the edges of anger and opens the heart to compassion, even for those who have caused pain. When you forgive, you are not condoning the actions of others or minimizing their impact. Instead, you are choosing to release their hold over you. The energy once tied to resentment is set free, allowing you to heal and grow. Acting as if you are dead reminds you that carrying anger into eternity serves no purpose. The only path forward is one of release and renewal. Forgiving yourself is just as vital. Often the harshest judgments come from within. Acting dead gives you permission to let go of guilt and shame, to see your mistakes as part of your journey, rather than as defining moments. You learn to treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer to a dear friend. In the absence of grudges, love begins to flow more freely. Walls that once separated you from others crumble, replaced by bridges of understanding and connection. Forgiveness opens the heart, creating space for deeper relationships and a profound sense of peace. You no longer view others through the lens of past wounds, but through the clarity of present love. Radical forgiveness is a practice, not a one-time event. It requires courage and willingness to revisit pain, to face it with honesty, and to release it with grace. But each time you forgive, you lighten your load, moving closer to the lightness of being that acting dead reveals. Forgiveness is the ultimate unburdening. As you forgive, you reclaim your power. No longer defined by past hurts, you step into the fullness of who you are. The energy that was once tied to anger and judgment becomes a source of strength and joy. In forgiving completely, you create a life where love is the foundation and freedom is your reward. Beneath the layers of identity, beyond the roles you play and the labels you wear, lies the essence of who you truly are. Acting as if you are dead removes the veil of the physical world, revealing the eternal, infinite energy of your soul. In this space, you are not defined by your body, your achievements, or your possessions. You are simply being a radiant, boundless presence. When you let go of the physical and the material, you begin to feel the quiet hum of your essence. It is not something outside of you waiting to be found, but something within you waiting to be remembered. This essence is pure and unchanging, untouched by time or circumstance. It is the core of your being, the part of you that exists beyond life and death. Rediscovering your essence is like coming home. You no longer feel the need to chase external validation or seek fulfillment in fleeting things. You realize that everything you need is already within you. This awareness brings a profound sense of peace, a knowing that you are whole and complete just as you are. When you act as if you are dead, the illusions of separateness dissolve. You no longer see yourself as a singular entity disconnected from the world. Instead, you feel your oneness with all that is. Your essence is not confined to your body. It flows into everything around you, intertwining with the infinite energy of the universe. This perspective invites you to live from a place of authenticity. Rediscovering your essence allows you to shed the masks you wear and the expectations you try to meet. You begin to move through life guided by the truth of who you are, rather than by who you think you should be. This alignment brings a deep sense of freedom and joy. In connecting with your essence, you also tap into your limitless potential. The boundaries that once seemed so fixed begin to fade, replaced by a sense of infinite possibility. You are no longer held back by fear or doubt, because you understand that your essence cannot be diminished. It is infinite, eternal, and endlessly creative. Rediscovering your essence is not an escape from life, it is a fuller embrace of it. By remembering the truth of your being, you bring more light, love, and presence to every moment. Acting as if you are dead doesn't distance you from life, it allows you to live more fully, rooted in the eternal energy of your soul. When you act as if you are dead, you shift your focus from what is missing to what is already here. In doing so, you come to realize that life, as it is a profound gift. Every breath, every heartbeat, every passing moment holds an inherent beauty that you might otherwise overlook. Acting dead reveals the miracle of being alive, how each moment is imbued with the potential for joy, growth, and deep connection. By stepping into the awareness of life's impermanence, you begin to appreciate it in a way you may never have before. You no longer take for granted the simple things, the warmth of sunlight on your skin, the sound of laughter, the quiet of the morning. These seemingly small moments become treasures, each one a divine blessing, a reminder that life itself is sacred. When you release the fear of death, you stop worrying about what might happen in the future. Instead, you become fully present. Every experience, no matter how ordinary, becomes a sacred opportunity to be alive. Whether you are drinking a cup of tea, walking in nature, or sharing a conversation, you realize that these moments are enough. They are perfect in their imperfection, divine in their simplicity. Acting dead invites you to embrace the paradox of life. It is both fleeting and eternal, both fragile and powerful. The very awareness of its transience makes each moment all the more precious. You stop waiting for the perfect moment and start celebrating the one you are in, knowing that this moment is all there truly is. In celebrating life as it is, you begin to notice the interconnectedness of everything. Each person, each experience, each feeling is a part of a greater tapestry. You see that nothing is random or insignificant. Every connection, every encounter is an opportunity to recognize the divine in both yourself and others. You become more attuned to the richness of life, finding wonder in the everyday. This celebration isn't about seeking happiness from external sources. It is about recognizing the joy that already exists within you. It is about awakening to the miracle of life itself in all its forms. The simple act of being present, of truly engaging with life, becomes the greatest celebration. When you live with the awareness of life's fleeting nature, you are no longer held back by fear or regret. Instead, you become deeply connected to the present, living each moment with fullness, gratitude, and reverence. In celebrating life as it is, you align yourself with its deepest truth that life is sacred, precious, and meant to be embraced in its entirety. When you act as if you are dead, a remarkable shift occurs. You begin to live with the awareness that there is nothing to lose. All the fears and doubts that once held you back, fear of failure, rejection, or making mistakes, fade into the background. With this realization, you are free to follow your dreams without hesitation, knowing that your true essence cannot be harmed by any outcome. You embrace life with the boldness of someone who knows that the only way to truly live is to be fully present in each moment, without holding back. Living without regret means allowing yourself to speak your truth without fear of judgment. You stop censoring your words, hiding behind what you think others want to hear. Instead, you express your feelings and thoughts with authenticity and courage, knowing that your voice matters. You realize that every truth spoken, no matter how vulnerable, is an act of freedom and affirmation of your right to be who you are, exactly as you are. To live fully is to love unconditionally. When you act as though you are dead, you release the fears of heartache or loss. You love with abandon without the need to control or possess. Love flows freely from you, not because of what others do for you, but because love is the truest expression of your being. You see others as they are perfect in their imperfections, and you embrace them with compassion, acceptance, and understanding. Living without regret also means letting go of the past. You no longer carry the weight of mistakes, failures, or unspoken words. Acting dead shows you that there is no need to dwell on what was, for life is constantly moving forward. You free yourself from the chains of guilt and shame, understanding that each moment is a fresh opportunity to be the best version of yourself. There is no wrong path. Every step is part of the journey. When you act as though you are dead, you recognize that the time to live fully is now. Tomorrow is not guaranteed, so why wait to do what you love? Why put off sharing your truth, following your dreams, or expressing your love? Every moment becomes precious, a gift to be cherished and fully embraced. You live with a sense of urgency, not from fear, but from the deep knowing that each day is an opportunity to make your life a true reflection of your soul's desires. Living without regret is also about forgiveness, both for yourself and others. When you let go of past hurts, you open yourself to the fullness of the present. You release the emotional baggage that has weighed you down, and with it, you create space for joy, peace, and love to flow freely. You no longer hold on to the should-haves or could-haves, but instead embrace the beauty of what is, trusting that everything has unfolded exactly as it was meant to. In living fully, you begin to step into your highest potential, not as a pursuit, but as a realization. You see that there is no destination, only a continuous unfolding of who you are meant to be. When you live as though there is nothing to lose, you free yourself from the fear of judgment, failure, or rejection. You trust that every step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to your true, most expansive self. When you act as if you are dead, you are not embracing death in the way we often think of it. You are embracing a deeper, more profound truth that life is a precious gift to be fully experienced, free from the chains of fear, regret, and attachment. By releasing the need for control, validation, and approval, you open yourself to a life of authenticity, peace, and joy. You align with your soul's deepest purpose, trusting that you are exactly where you are meant to be. In this space, you begin to live with a sense of freedom that comes from knowing there is nothing to lose. In each moment, you are invited to let go of the illusions that separate you from your true self. The roles you play, the possessions you accumulate, and the expectations you carry, none of these define who you truly are. By acting as though you are dead, you remove the layers of false identity and reconnect with the pure essence of your being. You see that you are not the body, the mind, or the external circumstances. You are the infinite, eternal energy that resides within. This understanding frees you from the need to chase after external validation, and you begin to love yourself as you are in this moment fully. Living as though you are dead also invites you to embrace each moment as sacred. You realize that life is not about the future or the past, it is about the here and now. Every breath, every connection, every experience becomes an opportunity to celebrate the miracle of being alive. You stop waiting for the right time to live fully, and instead you find joy in the present, knowing that this is all there is. Life becomes a beautiful dance of awareness, gratitude, and acceptance. The small moments hold as much beauty as the grand ones, for you see them all as divine. Forgiveness becomes an essential part of this transformation. By acting as if you are dead, you understand that carrying grudges, guilt, or resentment only weighs down your spirit. Forgiving yourself and others releases you from the past, allowing love to flow freely through you. In the absence of anger and judgment, you open yourself to peace, creating space for healing and growth. This act of radical forgiveness invites you to live in alignment with your highest self, unburdened by the past and filled with love for yourself and others.